This is Pod Populi.
Podcast for the people.
The Great Love Debate. It's the Great Love Debate.
The Great Love Debate. It's the Great Love Debate.
Hi again, everyone. It's Brian Howie. Welcome to the Great Love Debate, the world's #1 dating and relationship podcast since 2015. So one question I get a lot of questions a lot, but one particular question I get a lot is, what's the breakdown of your listenership? What is it? Who's listening to the Great Love Debate? Who's listening to the world's #1 dating and relationship podcast since 2015? Is it mostly women? And I don't know why people assume that. I think people assume that the women are more likely to be interested in this stuff, but I'm not sure that's true. But the answer is it's not. It's not mostly women. It's pretty even. It's actually slightly more men, according to the stats that we get around here. It's about 52% men. See, ladies, aren't you glad that I've been accused correctly of focusing more on the ladies, and we have more female guests, and some of the material seems to be a little bit more, I don't know, girl-centric, but the guys like to listen to this stuff. Just like you're going to see guys who are in the checkout line and they see 12 ways he can please you on the cover of Cosmo, and they're going to subtly take a peek because the guys are interested in this stuff and they do want to do better, and we've talked about that in the past. But so it's not that we don't pay attention to the dudes around here or care about them. And I'm sorry if you feel that the balance of information or the balance of our focus has been tipped a little. So we are actually going to take the time here and devote the next 3 episodes to the fellas. One is on location where we're going to do somewhere. One has a good guest, and one today is just me. And we're going to point out some of the things that the guys are doing wrong, a few things that they're doing right, and a whole lot of things that they aren't just doing. They're just not doing it all. So ladies, I know you're going to be interested in this stuff because anything that leads you to say, aha, I knew it, that always interests you. But mostly, guys, I'm talking to you, so listen up because you need this shit. And I certainly am not trying to play dating coach around here. And we steer as far from the pickup artist scene as we possibly can because it's icky and it's actually kind of predatory. And we are always interested in human behavior and communication. And guys, I got to say, just from being a interested social observer, your behavior sucks and your communication is shitty. Just is. And a few things brought this on. One is the lockdown turned a whole slew of people into virtual pen pals, and it took the physical out of so many relationships and the intimacy. And when you take the physical out of it, you take a whole lot of intimate situations and scenarios and turn the whole pool into a big, giant friend zone. And I'm not going to dive completely back into the friend zone element on this because 4 years ago, almost to the day of me recording this, because I looked it up, we did an episode, GLD number 103 in your hymn book, it was called. It was called The End of the Friend Zone. And it was good. I mean, that's 200 and something episodes ago. So I went back and I'm like, let me see if this is still relevant. Me and Sam Ross, who knows a thing or two about men, she joined me and we did it. It was called The End of the Friend Zone, and it was good, and I stand by it. So go listen to that if that's your issue. But a bit of the tangent to that is that the guys who end up in the friend zone are generally, huge quotes here, nice guys. And those guys aren't always actually nice guys. They're either just pretending to be a nice guy or she is perceiving them as a nice guy. And you never, ever want her to see you as a nice guy. And not just for the reasons you think. It's not, the old adage that nice guys finish last. Fun fact, that quote came from an old baseball manager, Leo DeRocher. And he actually said, the nice guys are all over there in 7th place. And there were 8 teams in the American League back then. So 7th place was actually second to last place, but nice guys finish in second to last place sounds kind of weird and actually not so bad. So the quote by some journalists and over time has morphed into the nice guys finish last. But I'm going to take it a step further and say that nice guys just don't finish at all because they never get started. And if they do get started, they never get to fully play it out. She goes to the bullpen for the strong righty. Nice guy doesn't get to see that last card. His hand never gets played out. It doesn't get started. It doesn't finish. Nice guy gets you nowhere. So before you get all, nice is a good thing, nice is a positive, she wants nice, A, no, she fucking does not. And B, she wants a good guy. And there is a difference. See, if she has a bad guy, a jerk, an asshole, a part of everyone wants to find a part of every jerk that is good. She will spend a ton of time trying to discover that nice. It's almost a game to her, a hopeful game, sometimes a misguided and delusional game, but still a game she wants to play and she wants to win. She wants to look at that asshole and find that glimmer of nice because she believes, sometimes rightfully so, that it's in him somewhere. With the guy who leads first and foremost with his quote unquote nice, it's the opposite. Because she either doesn't trust the nice, and a whole lot of times she absolutely should not trust the nice, or she says, okay, I see the nice, where's the bad? Because, again, rightfully so, she believes the guys are complicated enough that they all have a bit of both. I can see the nice, but I can't see the bad. That's scary to her, because she knows it's there. The opposite, I see the bad, but I can't quite see the nice, that's like an Easter egg hunt to a lot of women. It's a challenging, and it's often exciting, and exciting is a good thing. Nice is not exciting. It's comforting, and it's fucking boring, and you've already bored her to death when you've led with your nice. There are literally scientific studies about this, establishing a persona of nice, and that's all it is. It's a persona. It's shtick. It's an identity you have assigned to yourself to avoid confrontation. And you might say, well, confrontation is bad. No, confrontation means you approach an encounter aggressively. That is the definition of it. And that's what she wants. She doesn't trust the nice guy. It's a flimsy stance. It's a weak posture. You have to put yourself out there because you aren't comfortable here, right in front of her. That's what you do. You put your nice out there because right in front of her is scary to you, so you go to your default of nice. You'd rather be beside her. You'd rather be next to her. And nice has really no place in this business. Love is messy, and relationships are hard. And nice isn't about courtesy, but it's about, that doesn't make you courteous. Be nice to the little old lady when you help her cross the street. But she wants no part of nice, not the little old lady, the person you're after, in your pursuit of her. She wants your good. Bring the good. Bring your best. And there's a huge difference. Good. Good is obviously a good thing. That's why it's called good. Good is reliable. Good is positive. Good does the right thing. That's a good guy. A good guy will hold the door just like the nice guy will. But the good guy does it as a part of his character. The nice guy does it as a characteristic of his niceness. It's a subtle difference. Maybe only dogs can hear, but she knows the difference. The ladies can sense the difference. So I want to explore this a bit today. So neither any of the guys actually, nor the girls really just want to throw up their hands and say, the jerks get all the girls. That's not true. It's just not true. They don't get all the girls. But they sure get a lot of them. And part of that is Pavlovian. The first guys that crossed the room in fourth grade that really was like, I'm going to go over to the girl's side and pulled her pigtail, which is the earliest of jerk moves. It's the first jerk move in a series in a lifetime of a lot of jerk moves. He did that. He got her attention. He got her reaction. He got her to feel something. And by high school, that guy got her affection. He got the girl. It was bold and ballsy and actually kind of shitty, but you know what? It got him in the game, and that's where the fourth grade boy in the corner, hiding out, watching, he never got to go. He never got to play in the game. Just like I said, he never even got started, and he started down a lifetime of this. And I bring this up because I see it so much. We have podcasters at our Pod Populi studios, podcasts for the people. And some of them are men-women teams, men-women duos. And some of these are couples, duos, that are people who are not in relationships. And in those circumstances, almost always, I can tell he is secretly, absolutely in love with her. And she just looks at him as a nice guy and her co-host and her partner and a close friend. And he might as well be her hairstylist because that's how she sees him. Panicked that she won't find him attractive enough or cool enough or charismatic or interesting enough. Early on in their relationship, he decided to focus too much on just being around her and there for her. And he thought being around her and there for her and near her, he thought that location would somehow translate down the road into an emotion. And location matters if you're sitting next to a girl at 2 a.m. That's the spot you want to be. Location doesn't really matter if you're sitting next to a girl at 2 p.m. At 2 p.m., she's thinking about who she wants to be with at 2 a.m. You put yourself around her, but you didn't really put yourself with her during the day and during these social events and these things. You're just sort of in her circle like everybody else. That's you playing the nice guy card. I'm here now, I'm here for you. Isn't this great? No, it's not. She doesn't really give a fuck. You're just there. You're just air. Okay? And this isn't a new phenomenon. This isn't something I'm inventing. I'm just sort of diving into it because I see it so often still, and it's probably worse than ever. It's as old as time itself. Look at some movies. Have you guys seen Pretty in Pink? Everyone over 30 has seen Pretty in Pink. Has everyone under 30 seen Pretty in Pink? Go watch Pretty in Pink. I'll hold. Let me take a quick break. When If You Leave comes on at the end of Pretty in Pink, it's over. Come on back. And I'll explain the real importance of Pretty in Pink right after this. And we're back to Pretty in Pink. Nice guys and bad guys and girls. We're back. And if you don't know the story, or if you haven't seen the movie, and you should have seen the movie, Molly Ringwald's character, Andy, has a really nice guy friend, Ducky, in a before two men and 2.5 men. A pre 2.5 men, John Cryer, Ducky. And they do everything together. They work together. They grew up together, blah, blah, blah. Ducky is in love with Andy, makes that quite clear. Yet Andy falls for a total asshole rich guy who's from the wealthier side of the tracks. Anyway, fast forward, and no spoiler alert here because I just gave you a chance to watch it. So, too fucking bad. At the end of the day, the jerk rich guy, Blaine, Andrew McCarthy, who has a really good memoir out, by the way, about his Brad Pack days. Pick up that. Anyway, Andy ends up with Blaine, the end. But that was not the original end to that movie. The original end had Molly's character ending up with Ducky, the nice friend. They even shot it that way. The movie was done. It was over that way. That she rejected the jerk and ended up with the nice guy who was always there for her. But then, as they do in Hollywood, they had a test screening. And the audiences absolutely hated it. It's a legendary story in Hollywood. They hated it. They booed it. They booed the test screening. Normally in a test screening, you walk out and you get a little card and people will grade it and whatever. People booed the Pretty in Pink test screening because they did not want Andy to end up with the nice guy friend. They had to drag the entire cast back months later and reshoot it because not only was it unrealistic that would ever happen, it was downright offensive to the audience that she would ever actually decide, you know what? The nice guy has always been there for me. He's the one for me. They knew, the audience, the test audience knew that the jerk could simply say, you know what? Sorry, I was wrong. And all would be forgiven and he would win out in the end. It is a million-mile journey for the nice guy to win her heart. The asshole can win it with a well-timed apology. Kind of sucks, right? Well, you know, I didn't make the rules. Too fucking bad, nice guys. Those are the rules. I did not make them up. They did. She did. Grease. You've all seen Grease, so you don't have to take a minute and go see Grease. This wasn't a situation where she chose the bad guy over the nice guy. It is a situation where she chose the bad side over the nice side of the same guy. They had their summer loving. They had them a blast. They get back to Rydell. He pretends not to know her. He acts like an ass around his friends. He grabs her boob at the drive-in. He ditches her for cha-cha. And she's like, you know what? I have to change to get him back. Rather than her saying, where's the nice guy I met at the beach? She was like, nope. I got to go play in his pool. I'm going to tart it up. I'm going to break out the leather. Is it leather? Spandex? What was that black she was wearing?